Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to dive into a fact that absolutely shatters our perception of ancient history. It's one of those things that, once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Ready? Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, lived closer in time to the first moon landing than she did to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. I know, it sounds completely wrong, right? When we think of Cleopatra, we picture ancient Egypt, pyramids, sphinx, pharaohs, the whole 9 yards. We lump them all together in this one big, sandy, historical box. But the timeline tells a very different and much more fascinating story. Let's break it down with some numbers. The Great Pyramid of Giza, that absolute marvel of engineering, was completed around 2560 BC. Think about that for a second. That's over 2.5 millennia before the year zero even started. It's an almost incomprehensibly long time ago. The sheer scale and age of that monument are just mind-boggling. It stood for thousands of years as a testament to the power and ingenuity of what we call the Old Kingdom of Egypt. Now, let's fast forward through history. We're skipping past empires rising and falling, entire civilizations coming and going, new technologies being invented and forgotten. We need to jump forward about 2,500 years from the pyramid's construction to get to Cleopatra. She was born in 69 BC and died in 30 BC. So, between the completion of the Great Pyramid and Cleopatra's birth, roughly 2,491 years had passed. To her, the pyramids were already ancient, mysterious relics from a distant past, just like they are to us. Can you imagine her as the ruler of Egypt, looking at the Great Pyramid and feeling the same sense of awe and wonder at its age that we do? It wasn't her history in a direct sense. It was the history of a civilization that existed thousands of years before her time. Okay. So we've established the first gap, about 2,500 years between the pyramid and Cleopatra. Now for the second part of our timeline trip. Let us go from Cleopatra's death in 30 BC to one of humanity's greatest achievements, the Apollo 11 moon landing. That historic one small step for man happened in 1969 AD. Let's do the math on this side. From 30 BC to 1969 AD is a total of 1,999 years. So, let's put it all together. The time between the Great Pyramid and Cleopatra is nearly 2,500 years. The time between Cleopatra and the moon landing is just under 2,000 years. That means there's a gap of about 500 years. Cleopatra is literally half a millennium closer to us putting a man on the moon than she is to the people who built the most iconic symbol of her own country. This completely reframes how we should view ancient Egypt. It wasn't one single, static period. It was a civilization that lasted for thousands of years, with incredible changes, developments, and vast stretches of time separating its key figures and achievements. The Egypt of the pyramid builders was a profoundly different world from the Hellenistic Greek-influenced Egypt that Cleopatra ruled, which was itself on the cusp of becoming a Roman province. Thinking about this really puts the immense scale of human history into perspective. It reminds us that our own time is just a tiny sliver of a much, much larger story. What ancient facts have blown your mind recently? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for hanging out and exploring this incredible piece of history with me. If you enjoyed this journey through time, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the past. We'll see you in the next one.